Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD. Alright, I have completed the equipment. There we go. Had the Victorious on Riku there for a specific reason, but yeah. So, here we go, we've got all 7 equipment, all 7 armors, the way I want them to be. All in all, it only took me about an hour and a half or so, an hour and 40 minutes to do it all. And considering the number of items we needed to collect, I think that's pretty quick. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and also with regards to the Victorious, I needed a few more silence grenades, so yeah, I summoned a couple of Funguars and had Riku and Kimahri stealing from it. You know, still 3 times, well, 3 per Funguar, and yeah, got 6 silence grenades that way. Reason why I summon Funguars is because they're the best value for how much you pay to get the items, so to speak. And the enemy that I was confused with the smoke bombs about last episode was actually the Alcyone. The Alcyones, they're the best value for getting the smoke bombs from, so yeah. And steal from them. So yeah. The problem was that I had the gil amount written for the enemy to summon, but I didn't have the name, so yeah. I was like, which enemy is this? so yeah, I probably should have included in the name there, but anyways. So we got the silence grenades and smoke bombs. Also, I did sell any excess and unnecessary equipment, so just to give you a brief look at what I'm carrying forward here. I am holding on to the capturing equipment for the sake of the post-game stuff, so yeah, recommend holding on to that if you intend to go into post-game as well, or if you just want to have it there just in case you decide to at a later date. So there we go. That's all I've got left there. And yeah, I suppose I should make sure the equipment is all equipped properly here. Kimahri actually want to have him on the halberd for now. And Murasame, Phoenix Bracer, that's fine. Nirvana, Phoenix Ring, that's fine. World Champion Nerf will come back. Onion Knight, Phoenix Bangle, and there we go. Alright, and what about agility here? Oh, well, that's a no-brainer since Auron has first strike as well, so yeah. And then we got these 4 down here. And there's that. Yep. Overdrives, looks like everybody's charged. And what about Aeons? I think it's, yeah, so Ifrit, Shiva, and Bahamut, and Anima need their overdrives charged at some point. Yojimbo and the Mega Sisters, I'll just rely on Yuna's Grand Summon ability for those as needed. And yeah, so I think that's about it. One thing I should probably mention about the Celestial Weapons, I kind of touched on it with Lulu's in that, you know, I believe this applies to Yuna's as well, the Nirvana. I mentioned that, you know, the higher that Lulu's MP is versus her maximum MP, the more damage the more damage she'll do with her magic attacks. Or I guess Yuna has the Holy Spell, so I guess they could be applied to her as well. So yeah, having them near maximum MP is usually a good idea with their weapons. Riku, Tidus, Wakka, and Kimahri, their celestial weapons kind of work the same way, but only it's tied to their HP instead of their MP. And yeah, so the higher their HP is versus their maximum HP, the more damage they'll do with their celestial weapons as well, with physical attacks. Auron, however, is special. His, it works in reverse. The Masamune, the lower Auron's HP is, the more damage he does, so heads up there. Not particularly fond of that, but Auron can do some pretty nice damage in a pinch, so yeah, if you get to the point where his HP is getting a little too low, at least you got somebody that can shoulder some of the burden, I guess you could say, so yeah. Generally don't like to intentionally have his HP too low, or anybody's HP for that matter, so yeah. So thought I'd mention that, and yeah. One thing you might notice as well is that none of them have the piercing ability. Let's put it this way, the celestial weapons, the physical ones, they go straight, they ignore physical defense. However, you still need piercing to be able to go through armored enemies. I do not believe the Nirvana and Onion Knight. I do not believe they ignore magic defense, though, unfortunately. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind. Kind of unfortunate, but, you know. Well, they've got 1 MP abilities there, so, yeah. Alright. Next up, the all-important distribution of the spheres that we've been stockpiling for a while now, so... Don't think it's been fully throughout the entire game, but pretty much, but yeah. Alright, so for Riku, we're giving her all of the HP spheres. Put the third one down here. Right now we're giving her a defense sphere and one of the MP spheres. Defense. And the MP sphere going over here. And there we go. Riku's done. For Tidus, we're giving him all of the strength spheres. Oh, not move yet. I gotta activate them first. Alright, and up here. Go, and we're giving him all of the Lex spheres as usual. I think I've only got 1 fortune sphere though, so one of them will have to go unused for now, but I'll put it down anyway. We'll have to come back this way eventually anyway for post-game stuff. Pardon me. Where's the fortune sphere? There it is. Right, and we want to give him the agility spheres. And the accuracy spheres, or sphere, if you will. We don't have plural, we just got 1. And I'll be giving him the magic defense sphere as well. There we go. And next is Yuna. Yuna, we're giving her the defense sphere. Waka will be giving him the last MP sphere. Now, obviously, if you're playing the North American version or the version of the game that is identical to it, you'll have a few more spheres than what I've got from backtracking to the other the backtracking through the temples. And I just say, as far as whichever stat the sphere is boosting. Take a look through the party members and see which ones are lacking in that department, and just or maybe in the case of like the evasion sphere, give it to like Lulu or Kimahri or something like that to make it a bit even harder for enemies to hit them. So maybe stuff like that. Give them a focus, but other than that, just look for people that have the lowest stats. Like I guess try to keep it. I guess the defensive stats work that way. And then the offensive stats definitely give to whoever you think would benefit from it. So yeah, Magic Sphere, I'd probably say give it to Lulu, because eventually Kimahri will get a use out of it as well. So yeah. So yeah, I guess maybe give the Evasion Sphere to Lulu as well, so that Kimahri can make use of it as well. So yeah, I guess that makes that simple. So yeah, looks like we are all done with those spheres. Huzzah! All right, let's save it. And let's get on the airship and actually accomplish something a bit more entertaining this episode. Alright, there is one place we've...
The final showdown with Sheen. I say let's get this show on the road!
Indeed. Not regarding Sin, but getting the show on the road, yeah. Alrighty, there is one last place on this map, aside from Sin, of course, that we've stuck our toes into it, but have not gone any deeper than that, and for good reason. But alright, before I go down here, I've got it written in my notes to save it before you go in here the first time. Can't remember if I mentioned that when we went in here the first time or not, but if you intend on making a concerted effort to do the, I guess you could say the mini game in here, or the side quest if you want to call it that, I'd say save it on the airship here before you go down here, and yeah.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Hopefully me going down here the first time doesn't totally ruin, or hopefully you coming down here the first time and not saving it didn't totally ruin your chances of doing this. But anyways, here we are in the Omega Ruins. I did equip the no encounters like Kimahri, right? Yeah, okay. the encounters in here can make it rather frustrating to do this on screen, so yeah. Alright, so scattered around these ruins is a group of 12 chests. Depending on how the order you open them in, if you open them in the correct order, you will be rewarded with 99 warp spheres at the end, including, obviously on top of the items you get from opening them as well. I'll have the list of the items in the order that they appear in the video description. Just keep in mind, obviously, some of them are not complete. The information isn't complete, and that is just simply because I have no idea what's on them because I've never gotten that far into the chain. I think the furthest I've ever gotten was 6 or 7, so yeah. But in any case, there's a couple of caveats with this thing. And the first being that they set it up in a way where you cannot... You essentially have to get all 12 chests in the right order in one go. You can't save it between chests because they tied a counter to it, I guess you could say. That every time you load the game or leave the ruins and re-enter, it actually resets the counter, and then if you got the item in the first chest, if you leave the dungeon or if you reload kind of thing, after saving it, if you get the second chest, it'll be the first item again. So yeah, they hamstring you that way. So yeah, you basically have to go get it in one go. So yeah. So I think the only way you can possibly get multiple attempts out of this is by saving it before you come in here and then just trying it. I think I looked around on the web and I think somebody worked out that it's like a 1 in 256 chance of actually being able to do it. So yeah, Lord be with you when you're trying. But anyways, so yeah, I will be attempting to do it, but definitely not guaranteeing anything because I've never actually been able to do it. So yeah, and in the meantime, we may as well clear out some of this fog of war, if you will. So. Alright, the first set of chests are over here. Let's try this one. Hey, and we got it first try. Got a level 4 key sphere. Nice. Now let's see what happens when we open this one. Yeah.
Let's do it!
You open the wrong one, you'll get into a battle. The one thing I've noticed about this is that when if I were to leave the screen there, the second chest here would have vanished. And I don't know how to get them to come back. So maybe it's just my lack of understanding of how exactly this side quest works, or if it's literally built in that you are not guaranteed a solution to the puzzle every time you come through the game, because it does change every single time you start the game up. So yeah. In any case, we've got our first enemy in here. You know what? I think I'm actually just going to run from this battle. Just simply because they take too long. for what I want to do this video, so we'll deal with the enemies when we go through here for real. But this episode we're just going to be dedicating towards well, trying to get these chests. I think the next chest, if I get the correct one, I think it'll be the next item in the list. So yeah, the counter's still going. It's just because I got into that one battle, I cannot get all 12 of them. So yeah. Really nice music in here. Let's try the left one. Hey, and there's the second item. The Defending Bracer has silence proof and darkness proof on it. And let's try this one. Darn. Oh. Yeah, I think as soon as you get the battle as well, the chest disappears as well. So yeah, definitely a very difficult challenge. That's for sure. Alright, oh, we got a fork in the path. Let's go to the left. So I'm down to being able to only get 8 of them, I think. Or, no, not even. 7. Alright, let's try the far one here. Hey, we got a turnover. Turnovers. No, this is a weapon for Wakka. It's got magic counter and counterattack on it. This one. Darn. Oh, well. Now the next one would be fantastic if I can get it. I did not base my notes around getting it, but it'd still be nice to be able to get it. Oh, what's this? Got a cliff down here. Alright. What's over here? Well, I guess that's a dead end. Anyways. Alright. Guess that cliff must have been busted as well. Alright. Ooh, we got 4 chests down here. Let's try this one. Got 2 level 3 key spheres. Huzzah! Awesome. Let's go this one. Alright, we got a defending armlet. It says stone proof and poison proof and 2 open slots on it, I believe. Let's double check. Yep. Let's try this one. Alright, and we got 2 friend spheres. And finally, we got into another battle. Just ran from it like all the others. Alright, now. Yeah. There's something on the floor here that you could, I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I've got a smaller window that I'm working with here, but very difficult to see on the floor here. Get Al Bhed Primer Volume 26. And that, one would assume, is the last of the Al Bhed Primers, which looks like it is, so yeah. In case you're wondering, that little moniker they gave you there is it does actually mean master. So yeah, that is the last of the Al Bhed primers. So we've essentially learned and become fluent in the Al Bhed by reading books. If only it worked like that in real life. I wonder if there are any languages that you can learn just by reading a book about it. But anyways. What do we got? We got another fork in the road here. Let's go to the right first. Or I guess north. Ooh, we got a lift over here. We'll leave that alone for now. And I do recommend leaving it alone for now. You do get a bit of a buffer, so you can come back down if you accidentally go up, but just don't go to the end of the hall, or at least if you do, go back to the entrance and save it before you do. So, yeah. Alright, what's down here? We got another glyph. Alright, well that looks like it's up and running. I wonder if it's tied to the other one. Let's go find out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I doing? Getting ahead of myself here. Let's see where this leads. Oh, we got another chest. With a teleport sphere in it. Nice. That chest is not, I do not believe, is tied to the, is not tied to the other 12, so, yeah. Alright, so looks like we're about out of time for this episode, at least for what I had planned for this episode. I've got a little bit of time. I may as well mention it about the celestial weapons. You might notice that none of them have the piercing ability on it. As far as armored enemies go, you need to have piercing in order to break through the armored enemies. Have I gone over this episode? Well, I'm going over it again just in case I haven't. Pardon me. However, the celestial weapons do ignore physical defense. So, yeah. As long as it's not armored, your celestial weapon will do maximum damage against it. It's just armored, you absolutely need, 100% need piercing to be able to get through it. Good rule of thumb, I guess you could say, is if the enemy has a high physical defense, go with, I guess this would apply mostly to Auron, because he's got the Murasame here with piercing, and he's got the Masamune here, which has the ability to do a lot of damage. I would probably say, if the enemy has 120 physical defense or higher, go with the Masamune. If it's armored, use piercing. And or use armor break as well. So, yeah, as needed kind of thing. So, yeah. So I thought I'd mention that. And, yeah, so I think that's about it for this, as far as the chests go. And next time, we will be taking a dive into the Omega Ruins for real, and see what exactly it holds for us. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit like. Liking the video makes it easier for other people to find the video so that they can watch it and enjoy as well. And be sure to hit subscribe and enable notifications for yourself so that you can keep up with the series here and any future video uploads. And be aware that I do not upload on Thursdays and Fridays. And if any other day during the week there is no video, be sure to check my Twitter feed. I'm at Intrepid83 for any updates there. And if you know of any friends, family, anybody else you think may enjoy the series as well, or the video as well, feel free to share it with them. The link to the playlist is in the video description. And, oh yeah, the link to my Twitter is in the video description as well. And, comments are welcome, just please no spoilers and speculations, for the sake of those who have not yet experienced this game and its story, and even for the sake of those who have experienced this game and its story, but are watching or playing along just to be able to experience the game and its story again, all over again. Alright, and we thank you for your caution in that regards. Take care, be blessed, and have a good one.